Morning, class 11th. So here we are with the another lecture that is about the types of WBCs, right? Yesterday's lecture we talked about RBC and WBC in detail, and I told you that I will give you a tablet form of types of WBC where you can easily compare them, as well as it will help you to solve various MCQ questions, right? So here we have made tablet form of your granulocytes. Three, now you know that granulocytes, they are of three types, and then two types of our agranulocytes, right? I know the font size is little bit low, but don't worry. I will explain each and every point slowly so that you can able to even write when you are listening to the video. Now let's talk about, here is the main, we have taken the points or the characteristics that we are going to discuss, and this side we have taken the types of granulocytes and agranulocytes. First is the neutrophils, basophils and acidophils. Okay, first three, they are neutrophils, basophils and acidophils, and the next one, they are monocytes and your lymphocytes. Okay, so one by one we will discuss according to their points. Like if we first see the percentage of these cells in WBCs, right? Then there is six neutrophils, they are maximum in the percentage, they are 62% found. 62% are the neutrophils, or 62% types of WBCs, they are, you can say they are they are neutrophils. Then 0.5 to 2% found, they are basophils, and 2 to 4% we have acidophils, 5.3% monocytes we have, and 30% we have lymphocytes. That is the percentage of granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocyte, because they are of three types. Neutrophils are the maximum in the percentage, that is 62%. Basophils are little less, that is 5.5 to 2%, and then acidophils, they are 2 to 4%. Monocytes, they are 5.3%, and lymphocytes are also more, they are 30%. Now size, let's talk about size of neutrophils. They are little bit in a big, not very much bigger, but their size is 10 to 12 micrometer. Then basophils, they are 8 to 10 micrometer. Then acidophils, they are 10 to 15 micrometer. And monocytes, they are also, their size is little bit more than acidophils and neutrophils, that is 12 to 15 micrometer. Lymphocytes are also smaller like basophils, they are 8 to 12 micrometer. Okay, so neutrophils, monocytes and acidophils. Neutrophils, acidophils and monocytes, they have approximately equal size, and the maximum is the monocyte. They are larger in the size because of the shape of their nucleus. Next one is about their nucleus. Neutrophils, if we talk about the nucleus of neutrophils, they are multi-lobed. Now let's look at the structure. As you can see, these are the multi lobes. एक लोब नहीं बनाई है यहाँ पे, मैंने बहुत सारी lobes बनाई हैं. They are multi lobed structure. So this nucleus is multi lobed in your neutrophils. What about your basophils? Basophils nucleus is S-shaped. As you can look here, it is equivalent to your S-shaped. The shape of the nucleus in basophil is S-shaped, right? And the acidophils, they are having how many lobes? You can watch here or observe here, that is two lobes only. So this is called bilobed structure. So acidophils have bilobed. Now monocytes, their size is also more, and the nucleus is kidney shaped. Nucleus is kidney shaped. Okay, so here nucleus is kidney shaped, and the last one is lymphocytes, and nucleus in lymphocyte is rounded. Nucleus is rounded in lymphocytes. So once again, let's look at their nucleus. Here in neutrophils, nucleus is multilobed. In basophils, it is S shaped. You can write once I'm saying it to you. You can also write down in your notebook. Acidophils, they have bilobed nucleus, and monocytes, they have kidney shaped nucleus. Okay, and your lymphocytes, they have rounded nucleus. So now let's move to cytoplasm. Cytoplasm of neutrophils. When you stain this cytoplasm, this is neutrophilic. जो neutrophils का cytoplasm है, that is neutrophilic. क्योंकि ये कौन सी stain लेता है? It can take up acidic as well as basic stain. Now basophils, their cytoplasm is basophilic because it can absorb basic stain. Cytoplasm of acidophil is acidophilic because it can absorb eosin stain. Now if we say the cytoplasm of monocyte, it is basophilic, and cytoplasm of lymphocyte is also basophilic. So agranulocytes, both cytoplasm is basophilic. Now the next is about the granules. Is there any granules present in monocytes and lymphocytes? No, granules are absent. Granules are present in neutrophils, basophils, and acidophils. Neutrophils have very fine granules in the cytoplasm, very, very small particles, like very fine, and they have thick granules. Coarse का मतलब होता है thick, not very thin. Coarse is always thick granules. If we talk about lifespan of neutrophils, it is only and only 10 to 12 hours. Basophils, they have 8 to 12 hours. They live for 8 to 12 hours. Acidophils, they live for 14 hours. Monocytes, their time period is lifespan is 10 to 20 hours. Then lymphocytes, they are maximum in lifespan, they are remain months to years. They live from months to years, right? They can live from months to years. Next is about the formation. Next is about their formation. Okay, now where is WBCs? We talked about three things, that WBCs can be formed in red bone marrow, they can be formed in lymph nodes, as well as they are also formed in your, they are also formed by the thymus also. Now as well as spleen. So neutrophils, they are specific in their formation. They are formed by red bone marrow. Basophils, they are also formed by red bone marrow. Then acidophils, they are also formed by red bone marrow, right? But monocytes, they are formed in spleen. They are formed by spleen and lymph nodes. Spleen and lymph nodes play a role in the formation of monocytes, and spleen की जगह पे lymphocytes, they are formed by thymus and lymph nodes. These all organs, they are production for the WBCs. Neutrophils, basophils, acidophils, they are formed in red bone marrow, and monocytes and lymphocytes, they are formed in spleen and lymph nodes, and lymphocytes, they are in thymus. Now the last one is about their functions. न्यूट्रोफिल्स का मेन फंक्शन होता है सेल्स को, स्पेशली फॉरेन सेल्स को, फॉरेन पार्टिकल्स को खा जाना. सो देयर फंक्शन इज फैगोसाइट्स. They are phagocytic in nature. Same function is performed by your monocytes. They are also phagocytic in nature. They are also, few books, they are written as the scavengers. दे जस्ट स्क्वेवेंजर, मतलब एकदम से अटैक करके जिसको बोलते हैं ना कि पूरे का पूरा सेल को खा लेते हैं. दे आर ऑल्सो फैगोसिटिक इन नेचर. बेसोफिल्स, दे सिक्रीट हेपेरिन. You know that what is heparin? It is an anticoagulant. Heparin, it is an anticoagulant. So they secrete heparin as well as histamine, which helps in the allergic reactions. Now, acidophils, their function is anti-allergic as well as they are wound healing. They play major role in anti-allergic and wound healing conditions. Lymphocytes, we already know that they are the main which help us to fight with the diseases. So they are help in antibody formation, right? So once again, quickly let's see the function. The functions of neutrophils, they are phagocytes. Basophils, they secrete heparin as well as histamine. Acidophils, I have written here anti-allergic. I'm again saying I have written here anti-allergic, ANTIALLERGIC, and wound healing. Monocytes function is phagocytic, and lymphocytes, they produce antibodies. This is all about, you need to know about the different cells of WBC, that is about granulocytes and agranulocytes. Now, last one, we are left with the platelets and thrombocytes. Platelets, actually, they are also known as thrombocytes also, but in our case, we usually use word platelets. We very less time we use the word thrombocytes. The most common word which is used is platelets. Platelets are found in only mammals. In other, those who play a role like clotting of blood in other vertebrates, there we use the term thrombocytes. Platelets, they are produced as, they are the cytoplasmic fragments. They are produced by red bone marrow, but red bone marrow ke bhi giant cells, large cells, you can say, large cells of red bone marrow that are called megakaryocytes. They produce platelets. So they are produced as the cytoplasmic fragments from the cells, large cells of red bone marrow. They do not have nucleus, because what we are saying, they are the cytoplasmic fragments. So they do not have nucleus. They have central dense material, and this centrally dense material is known as cytoplasmic granules. Their size is very, very small, 2 to 3 micron, and platelet count which is found in our blood is 2.5 to 3.5 10 raised to power 5 per cubic millimeter. Now this unit is creating confusion in many kids. They are saying ki ma'am, in NCRT there is, actually in NCRT they have, if you open it, your NCRT right now, they have just mentioned it like the 2.5 to 3.5 minus 3, right? So actually the difference is their calculation. If you are dividing it, then you will go up, and it will like as the per cubic millimeter, right, by putting slash. But if you are multiplying it, then you will don't put slash, just directly write down the -3, बिकॉज जब नीचे वाली वैल्यू को आप ऊपर लेके आते हो तो वो माइनस हो जाती है, राइट. एंड आई नेवर यूज, एक्चुअली आई ट्राई टू अवॉइड minus calculation. That is why I mostly use my calculation in the positive terms. So that is why we are writing this as the 2.5 to 3.5 into 10 raised to power 5 per cubic millimeter. But if you are multiplying it, simply don't put slash and just put it -3. If you are putting slash, then this minus will go on. This minus will be replaced. If you are not putting slash, then you have to definitely put -3. The lifespan of the platelet is 7 to 10 days. Now, if platelet count decreases in our body, the condition is known as thrombocytopenia, and if platelet count increases, it is known as thrombocytosis. And the main function of platelet is blood clotting. When any blood vessel get injured, then platelet factor or thromboplastin is released at the site of injury, and it helps in clotting of blood, right? So whenever there is any blood vessel get injured, then platelets, they get activated, they release fibrin and thromboplastin is released, and there will be clotting of blood. So this is the structure of platelets, which actually look like in our cell, and their size is actually small. They are 2 to 3 micron, and lifespan is 7 to 10 days. So I'm leaving you here with the last important questions from the topic. Like if you will go through the tabulate form of all the cells once again, then you will be able to very easily answer these questions. Like histamine in blood is secreted by, we just discussed in it our functions, right? So histamine in blood is secreted by, are they mast cells, are they macrophages, or eosinophils, or basophils? Who release histamine in the blood? You have to mark your correct answer in the comment section. Which of the following cations is required for the conversion of prothrombin into active thrombin by thromboplastin? Actually, if we recall, this is just a question from your class 10th basics, because we always say, but I will answer it here, that these cations which are responsible, very very important cations which are responsible for conversion of prothrombin into active thrombin by thromboplastin, it is always calcium. These prothrombin get activate in the presence of calcium. The next question is, which you people have to answer, that you have to match the column with the correct option. Basophils, neutrophils, monocytes, eosinophils, and lymphocytes are given. According to the given option, you have to mark your best answer here. Next is the blood protein involved in blood coagulation. We have discussed very important proteins in blood plasma, so you know the correct answer. The options are very very close, so you know that what should be the answer. Which of the following organs can be called as sort of blood bank? Is it lungs, is it heart, is it liver, or is it spleen? If you have listened to my lectures, this is the easiest question you can answer very confidently. So this is all about our today's lecture, right? In the next, we are going to start with very interesting topic, that is about blood groups in detail. So till then, take care of you, and I will meet you in the next lecture.